When we talk about shipment, port and maritime space, we generally think about port, but shipbuilding and where that importance lies, and India coming indigenous on that side is very important.
Yeah. See, globally, this is about logistics. This is about shifting cargo from one point to another, and for countries to exist, work together, or even compete. Let's put it whichever way it is. You need ships. At the end of the day, everything in this is not commercial by nature. While it may look commercial, it is economic in nature because many of these accrues to the state or to the country. So a country has to handle this together. Almost 85% of this would have gone to non-Indian controlled ships. So that is not a very good thing to happen. So the government of India is very clear that Indian shipping must grow.
Could also leave us with an understanding how Cochin Shipyard is looking at its future expansion plan. There are many progress.
Cochin Shipyard today is, we were a 2,000 crore company. We are today a 5,000 crore company.
Is that message of lesson that you learned, whether for your life or in the whole act of shipbuilding, because we have lost that track and come back to it?
No, I think when you're pushing hard and when you're seeing people appreciating your work as an organization, as an individual, and you try to get happiness out of what you're doing, and when you see that the country is also benefiting.
Thank you so much for coming around to do this podcast for us. But you play a very important role in India Maritime Week and the entire maritime industry. So how has this experience for you been? Because it's very important for us to know who you are, the guys who really help us bring this all together. Because of you, this maritime is celebrated. How does it come across to you?
No, it's been very exciting. The kind of energy we are seeing at the India Maritime Week 2025, and I think there's a lot of positivity in the air because a lot of hard work has been put in by all concerned to get to this stage. That's in the event organizing, getting the right people together from across the world. That is one part. But even prior to that, since this whole narrative of India, the maritime, shipping, shipbuilding, ship repair, we all, as a country, various stakeholders, we have painstakingly worked to build this up. The government of India has, across all formations of the government, all ministries of the government, various institutions involved, have worked very hard. The Honorable Prime Minister has shown the way, set the tone, the direction. And for a change, India is not talking short term. We are very clearly talking long-term goals, long-term directions, and it's not just in the air. It is actually with definitive processes like 2030, where should we be? 2047, the Amrit Kal, as we call it, India at 100, when it resonates with the rest of the world, and India's overall ambitions, not just in the maritime space, across in the geopolitics. So that is actually helping us. So I think the run-up, what we have built up, the narrative, the organization. So far, like last 2 days, it's been extremely good. Yeah.
But you've quite touched a lot of points which I was supposed to talk about, but you touched it upon. When we're talking about shipbuilding, that has been a concern because we were said to be the first one to set in the ancient time the biggest the leading ones in having our own ships. So when it comes to Cochin Shipyard, shipbuilding, we think about your brand. And you have beautifully defined that shipbuilding is the mother of the maritime industry.
Correct.
How do we look at this now? Understanding it for the audience in simple terms, because when we talk about shipment, port and maritime space, we generally think about port, but shipbuilding and where that importance lies, and India coming indigenous on that side is very important. So on that side, if you can
explain. See, globally, this is about logistics. This is about shifting cargo from one point to another, and for countries to exist, work together, or even compete. Let's put it whichever way it is. You need ships because whichever parameter metrics you use, 95% of the cargo moves by ships. So ships are needed.
And your own ships.
And See, theoretically speaking, you can actually move it in anybody's ships. But when you are a country like India and you aspire to be the third largest economy in the world with 1/6 of the world population, with the kind of cargo we have, with the kind of clout we have, then I think it's very important that you have your own ships or your own controlled ships. See, we are not here to say that everything must be Indian. We are fine as a country. We are fine to have global majors active in India because we are a peace-loving, open economy.
Market, yes.
But then we are a big country also. You can't remote control this.
Yes.
We need people in India. So today, like for example, see when you have a let's say to draw a parallel, when you have a Hyundai cars in India or Samsung phones or a television or a white good manufacturer, do we see this as foreign? No. For us these are very much Indian.
Own brand, yeah.
So this is what we are talking. We are talking about that global thought process, but anchored in India.
Yeah.
This is what we are talking. So you need ships. Because if you put some figures onto this is big. Because, for example, last year, India would have paid approximately $85 billion for freight, for cargo in and out of India. And almost 85% of this would have gone to non-Indian controlled ships. So that is not a very good thing to happen. So the government of India is very clear that Indian shipping must grow.
And this burden should be reduced, this dependency
this burden or whichever way you look at it. One way when you look at it, it's a burden. The other way, it's an opportunity. So why not tap into this opportunity? It's our cargo. It's our requirement. So can't we handle at least 30, 40, 50% of this within India? And then the balance can be business as usual. So when you do this, you definitely need shipping. Because without shipping, from an economic point of view, from a strategic point of view, from a security point of view, whichever way you look at it, you need to have much more handle and lever on shipping. Our own requirements. Why not globally also? We are by far, we are amongst the largest people supplier to the industry.
Yes.
We have demographics on our side. We have some fine youngsters in the country who can actually run these businesses. So can't we do this part also? Now, if we can handle shipping, why not build ships in India? When you look at it from certain points of view, you have most of the things that's actually there. India is the second largest steel maker in the world. We have our pipe, electrical cables. We have a lot of semi, micro, medium scale industries. We can make our nuclear power plants, we can set our satellites out there. But due to a set of reasons, we have probably not got that act together to get the ships together. So this is what we are saying. Can we build ships in India? And when we are saying, can we build ships in India? Can we also do partnerships? Can we team up? For example,
collaborations,
the Japanese, the Koreans, they have sort of perfected this much better due to a set of reasons, which I'm not getting into now. But then probably they also would benefit. It could be win-win if India can team up with, let's say, Koreans and with the Japanese, and we can request them to come and maybe invest in India. So the only thing is, shipbuilding is a long-term industry. It has to be shipping and shipbuilding, because there's one industry where both on the demand side and on the supply side, you need big investments, large capex.
It is the real asset of the infra world, if I can say the infrastructure.
It is really because once you get invested, you will have to have perseverance from a business point of view. You need to have patient capital from an economic point of view, commercial point of view. And we must also realize that at the end of the day, everything in this is not commercial by nature. While it may look commercial, it is economic in nature, because many of these accrues to the state or to the country. So a country has to handle this together. And this is exactly how Japan has done it, how Korea has done it, how China has done it. For the first time, we are seeing the government of India along with the industry. And I always say that we can't talk Many a times the industry says we need all this from the government. The government says we need this from the industry. For a change, we are all saying
Coming
that
together.
we are together in this. There are different
I think
roles
this is
to
the
be
shift which has made India Maritime Week literally
This is the
come
shift.
more global,
This is what
and the trust that has come in.
Exactly.
But my also one small question is about you're the king of now making ships and vessels. For people to understand, there's so many different kind of vessels and ship. There's certain space where we were not having our foot into. So can you just in very briefly tell us which are the areas where Cochin Shipyard has a strength and where it's trying to plug in and build the strength? As we have a huge fleet of 1,500 merchant ships and all. So how do you explain that for a simpler understanding?
Very simple if you try to break it up. See, we have in ships, you can call it the defense or the naval ships, and to use the word, the non-naval ships.
Okay.
So the defense ships, India, due to a set of reasons, over the last 65 years, starting from a directorate of naval design in Delhi, we have made a lot of investments in that space. And today the country is able to reap the benefits.
Okay.
From an aircraft carrier to a nuclear submarine, we are able to engineer this in India. So I will park it aside. On the defense part, there is still work in progress, but then I think we are fairly good on that. Come to the non-defense part of it. Ships are of two large hues. One is ships which have got a function to do. If you want a comparison, you want to understand, it's like a truck and a tractor.
Okay.
Both
So a
are
tractor,
important.
yeah.
A tractor has got a work to do, but it's probably as costly as a truck. So both are important. But a tractor does not carry cargo, but a tractor has got a function to do. So there are functional ships, or what we call specialized or engineered ships. That is one segment. The other segment is a truck equivalent ship, which is a cargo or a merchant vessel. That merchant vessel falls under different categories. You have liquid carriers.
Yes.
Liquids.
LPG and
LPG is gas.
Yes.
So gas liquefied, but then there is the gas carriers. Then you have cargo ships. Cargo ships again are in different hues. You can palletize it into containers. Then you have container ships. You can carry it in what is called bulk, which is you want to carry coal or iron ore or fertilizer. It's bulk. So essentially, it's a merchant vessel segment. We have come a long way in defense, which I parked on one side. On the specialized ship side, it's largely Europe and the better shipyards in Japan and Korea, which has handled this.
Efficient. Yeah.
There's a lot of engineering there. India can be very good over there because of our engineering strength. Come to merchant vessels, it's much more of you have to rapidly produce this. It's a fiercely competitive market. My method of articulation of a merchant shipbuilding ecosystem is you have a scope or a defined ship which you have to build. You have a price and there's a time. You have to get this golden triangle right. If you can get your golden triangle of price, you can build the most quality ship. But if you take years to build it,
it has to be in time and it has to be right.
It has to be in time. It has to be in price. And that price has to be a generally acceptable international price. So these three, when you are getting together,
You're
to
going
get
right.
this, then you have an equation.
Very nicely said, because I think that's the mantra, the triangle for every successful business also. Coming to the maritime, I think CMA, if I'm right.
CMA CGM.
They have invested in and brought a big investment for you. MOU has been signed or a confirmed order has come in. Can you explain that more? Because I think
CMA CGM is one of the leading and more respected global shipping companies, very active in the container vessel fleet. And they have a lot of interest in India. They have about 17,000 people within the system who are actually Indian. So CMA CGM has vested connect with India. And most recently, the excellent relations India has with France. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to France in February of this year.
That has materialized in a good way.
Where the Honorable Prime Minister made this pitch, why don't you build ships in India? Why don't you get more people in your fleet in India? Why don't you register ships in India? And so kind of CMA CGM that they said we will try to work on all of those. And the first potential contracts, we have today an LOI has been signed for 6 1,700 TEU container vessels, but not normal container vessels. These are high-end LNG fuel, dual fuel container vessels. We will convert those LOIs into contracts shortly. But the most important part is it's not just the CMA CGM reposing faith in India and in Cochin Shipyard Limited. This also sets up our stage for our collaboration with HDKSOE, the Hyundai Group of Korea, who would be helping us with the core technology on these vessels.
They are bringing the technology.
They are part of the LNG fuel cell fuel package.
We don't have much of LNG vessel.
See, these are LNG
costly
fueled vessels. Okay. These are LNG fuel vessels. These are container vessels, and this is slightly different.
They are not the carrier, but they are the LNG fueled vessels.
They are LNG fueled vessels. These are container ships. These are feeder container vessels.
How important it becomes, this kind of order brings a scaling up in the whole maritime industry.
Very important. A company like CMA CGM, one of the finest and the most respected companies, believing in Make in India, believing in an organization like Cochin Shipyard Limited, putting the bets on India, I think it's a very big signal. The onus is now on.
Made them agree to it.
I think we have, as a company, we have built some good ships. They have interacted with us. They have understood what we are capable of. They are willing to put in their time and effort to co-develop certain things. We have this partnership with HDKSOE. So I think all these factors together are coming together. I can also say we gave them a compelling price. The timelines are also, maybe the timelines are probably not the best, but then it's not bad either. So that triangle which I talked is falling in place.
So I think it's come in the right time, but you could also leave us with an understanding how Cochin Shipyard is looking at its future expansion plan. There are many. I don't want to get into the numbers and the facts, but as a layman, how do we look at the progress?
Cochin Shipyard today is, we were a 2,000 crore company. Mm-hmm. We are today a 5,000 crore company. We are immediately concentrating on a brownfield expansion.
Okay.
We have just completed about 3,000 crores of investment. We have just completed a new large dry dock and a new ship repair facility has been completed.
Okay.
To maximize output from that new dry dock which has been completed, we will set up further block fabrication facility. We will team up with HDKSOE in Korea and we'll take things forward. So the investment over the next 5-6 years, we are fairly clear what we want to do. Build some good ships for some of the finest clients in the world.
And last, any new material inventions have been brought in? Like we've heard FRP has been brought into the space for the erosion effect of the steel. So are there more invention and new products that will replace in the new shipbuilding?
It's not about materials. I think we are already working with some of the better technologies around. But then when the moment we are talking about a dual fuel, LNG fuel, it may look easy for somebody who has continuously done it. But then when you're getting started, there are new things out there, and you can't make a mistake in this because the kind
of investment, a
lot of investments. It's not just the money part. There's a lot of reputation at stake, and
it's just like a spaceship being launched.
Not really. I won't call it rocket science or spaceship kind of a thing, but you need to get your act together. There's no real scope for, because the involvement from a money point of view, from what is at stake, the cargo you will be carrying. So you can't get things wrong here. You can't make blunders and learn. That is not possible. You will have to get it right the first time itself.
One last message on what has your learning been for so long with the company? What is that message of lesson that you learned, whether for your life or in the whole act of shipbuilding? Because we have lost that track and come back to it.
No, I think when you're pushing hard and when you're seeing people appreciating your work, as an organization, as an individual, and you try to get happiness out of what you're doing, and when you see that the country is also benefiting from it, there is a narrative being built up, the world takes notice of. These are things which we all work for. As an organization, I think Cochin Shipyard is purely blessed and privileged to be leading some of these spaces. We have some very good people with us. At the end of the day, it's all about people. It's about trust, credibility.
And I think that's what we're building on with the global
and what
trust.
you can do for the country. Exactly. Because as a country, we need to build that value. Because brand India, you started off by asking about India was probably number one at a point of time. There was a time when we were
the only shipping kingdom.
It's not just ships, isn't it? We were 25 to 40% of the world's GDP.
Yes.
So there was a time. I think as a country with a young India, with a positive India, with an energized India, and the kind of positivity we are seeing around, I think we are. I don't want to use that word, but then we are strong and we are positive.
And you're saying this on IndiaPodcast. I'm very happy.
Definitely.
The brand is it. Thank you so much for your time. And we're very happy with the achievement that Cochin Shipyard is bringing.
Thanks a lot.
And all the best. We hope we can take the trust forward.
Yeah.
Because that's the main aim of people investing.
That's right. It's Team India at work. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's a privilege to talk to you.
Thank you.